Welcome to the first ever episode of the Going, Growing, and Healing Through Grief podcast. My name is LaCresia Miller, and I am your host. Today, I have with me my lovely aunt, Miss Lacey Renee Bailey.
Hello.
And we have what's this? A little teddy bear for Christmas time because it's Christmas time and I love Christmas time. Um, Going, growing, and healing through grief is something that the Lord gave me to expound on the grief that not only myself has gone through for a long time, but also my family. My family is very small, and we have honestly lost a number of people. The goal with this podcast is to be able to freely talk about grief. There's so much grief in the world going on right now and always, but I always feel like people don't talk about it enough because it is a very heavy subject, but it needs to be talked about because if you're not talking about it, then you're not healing. Therefore, we have the Going, Growing, and Healing Through Grief podcast. Once again, thank you, Auntie, for
Woo,
coming on with
yes, yes,
me.
yes.
Y'all, she don't like to talk like
I
that
don't,
at
I don't,
all.
I don't.
At all.
But we gonna do this.
And
We
this is
gonna
my
do it.
girl, so
We gonna do this.
this first episode, I don't even, we can just entitle it December 28th, 1993.
Yes,
When
yes,
it all began.
yes. We all
December 28th, 1993, I lost my mother, which is my aunt's oldest sister.
mm-hmm.
Losing my mother was one of the biggest events in my life, changed the whole trajectory of my life. And I've always been open to talking about it with people when it does come up. But I have never, ever gotten a chance to talk to you
Oh wow. Okay.
about how it has been losing your older
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
So,
Child.
what is
So what is it?
what is your first memory of you and her?
Me and her growing up, it was just her. It was Alyce and myself. We're 2 years apart. Um, and we was always told that we were best friends. My mom, you know, she instilled in us, your sister's your best friend, you know. So that's what we grew up on. Then my younger sister came along 4 years after me, and then I believe once we got older, my younger sister was closer to my older sister than I was.
Okay.
I don't know how that happened, but it just happened. I mean, it wasn't any jealousy or anything like that, but Janine, I think it was Janine needed more nurturing,
Okay.
and Alyce was a nurturer like me.
Yeah.
So Janine, she, I didn't say she fed on that, but that's she. Janine needed nurturing, and I did. My sister always thought that
She's super independent, y'all.
Alyce always she used to remind me she's the oldest because I guess I used to act like I was the oldest. So
I
she was
can
like,
very much so
right, I'm
see
the
that.
oldest. Like,
Like Tanisha be reminded, I'm the oldest,
right,
Creesha.
right.
Like, okay.
Alyce used to remind me she's the oldest. She's the oldest. Like, girl, okay, right, right. But we had our arguments and stuff, but it was never, we always had each other's back.
Yeah, but because what sisters don't argue?
Right,
Sisters for sure.
right, right. And I mean, we when we got older, we didn't argue, but when growing up, we did. But we always had each other's back. We did. We did. Yes. So it was the three of us. So it was good growing up. We had a good childhood. We didn't have everything, but we had enough. We
Yeah.
did.
Because you all grew up in what's that, the 60s and 70s?
Yeah, I was born in '62, so yeah, we used to take that long walk to school in the snow. So
Ooh.
all that. We went to private school, and my sister used to get picked on a lot because she was overweight. And then you try to take up for your sister, then they start talking about you. So it's like, I can't win for losing,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was protective of her, whether she realized it or not. I was. So,
I'm sure that's kind of how I was with Jarell,
right, right,
being the youngest,
right, right.
and he was older,
Mm-hmm.
but I was that same way. So I
Right.
get that. I can
Yeah,
understand that.
you want to protect her, so and then I'm gonna skip. So when
Go, ain't no skipping, ain't
yeah.
no. You talk
Wait, okay. So
what are
wait.
some of the things that stand out about you and her relationship? Like I would say, what is one of the best memories that you can have that you've ever shared with her? Something that was just you and her.
She treated Tanisha like she was her own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she Alyce took Tanisha. She did. She yes. Tanisha was her Tanisha was her baby. Tanisha was her baby. Tanisha couldn't do any wrong growing up around Alyce. So that was her baby. That was her baby. I do one thing stand out when your mom got married. Girl, oh, I'm like, why? I
Oh,
know. But she was happy, but it's
yeah.
like girl, don't marry him. Don't marry him. Don't marry him. But anyway, but
Y'all can see it's a lot to
it's it's a lot.
uncover
It's a lot.
in this
And
little
and it can't be
family.
told only 1 hour. So but but I tell you one thing well, one thing I remember. The night before your mom died,
Mm.
I was doing some. She called. I don't know why she called. She has. Well, the thing is that Christmas, you and Jarell supposed to spend the night. And I said, girl, I said no, because I said I don't have that much food.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, okay. So she called me like the 27th. She said, you need some food. I said, I'm okay. I said, we're gonna make it. And she was talking to that, but I was so busy, couldn't. I was so busy doing something that wasn't really. I don't know what I was busy doing.
That
And I was
happens.
like, girl, I'll call you tomorrow. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
And I think that haunted me a long time. It's like, why didn't you take time to talk to your sister? What was so important? It really, really wasn't. Was I don't know. It was something. I don't know. It was a chosen rehearsal. Anyway, but it was something that wasn't important that I could have just took time to talk to her. Because she was saying I was rushing. I wasn't, it wasn't rude and this okay, girl, I'll call you tomorrow because I was doing whatever I was doing, and it didn't happen. So that right there, I held on to that for a long time. I'm like, Dad, girl, why didn't you take that talk to sister? That was your opportunity. Maybe she was trying to tell me something. I don't know, but yeah, that bothered me a long time. I think I'm over it. I don't know, but
But you're expressing it now.
right, right,
You're
right.
finally saying it out loud
Yeah,
for yourself,
that was
which is the purpose of this.
yeah,
We've
that
lost so many people.
yes, yes, that was
We're continuously grieving. Grief is
right.
something that you deal with for the rest of your
This
life
is
when you
true.
lose a person.
It's true.
So you've never gotten a chance to express that.
So
And it's a lot of power in actually talking and actually verbally saying how
definitely.
you feel. You can say how you feel all the time in your head to
Hmm.
yourself, but once you speak the words, it's a difference.
Right, and although it's been like almost 32 years.
Yes, I'm 36.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's
My
still
mom died when I was 4, so I'm 36 now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was still like wow, wow. So time passes by, but sometimes it hits you like it was just yesterday.
For sure.
It hits you. Yeah. So.
That's the thing with grief. Grief is something that definitely comes in waves, and
Hmm.
it does not matter if it's been hell for some people 60 years.
Yeah.
If
True.
you're grieving somebody and you miss them
Right.
and it comes up, it comes up.
It does.
And what we have to stop doing as people is shying away from that
Hmm.
feeling. We push it down.
Right. Right.
I was looking at Eddie Murphy's documentary,
Okay.
and he started talking about Charlie Murphy, his brother,
Right, right, right.
and he was like, he said when he gets to thinking about him, he started feeling it, and he's like, oh no, no, let me put that away, let me put that.
Right, right.
And I was looking, and I looked at it to myself, I was like, wow, like in an endearing way, like I knew what he meant, but I'm just like, I hope one day he actually
Can talk about it.
talks
Yeah.
about it, because if you don't,
Right.
you're never gonna be stable enough to talk about it again.
This is true.
You know,
This is true.
you have to let those feelings out. If you feel a frog in your throat or
Yeah.
something stuck and you
Right.
got a wail, let it out.
Yeah.
Let it out.
Mhm.
It's funny that you say that. When she called you, you were busy doing something and you kind of dismissed the phone call,
Yeah.
not in a rude way, but because like you still do that, because you, for people that don't know my auntie, she is a very
What?
proactive person. She helps everyone before she helps herself, and she's, even the smallest things, it's always like she's really busy, really, 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 really busy doing something.
Girl.
And
Oh,
sometimes it
sorry,
can't
I
come
didn't see that.
off
You can't see.
like
Okay, better.
it can't come off like, oh, does she care? But you do.
Right,
So
right,
I don't think you should feel bad
right,
about
right.
that.
You know, because like it's like, was I there enough for her? You know, and I think the more people we lose in our family, the closer we get, which I think is kind of
I mean, it makes sense.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
does.
if you don't get closer by losing people, then
Right,
what is
right,
going to
right.
make you
It's like
closer?
because the chain is getting smaller and smaller, you know. And yeah, so
Yeah, I feel like it's, the chain is getting smaller and smaller, but us, like the cousins, the kids, like
yeah.
we're grown now, so
Oh
we're all
yes,
kind of
yeah.
expounding in our own lives,
Yeah.
but we still try to make sure we hold on enough, because it's not a lot of us.
No, it's not. It's
Um,
not. It's not.
I don't know. I feel like what you just said. You feel like you weren't a, you feel like you weren't around or did enough, but I can tell you that I remember you coming to our house.
Right.
You, I remember you vividly, vividly
Okay.
coming. You, Taneshia, Toya, and even back then, there, y'all all came, and I don't know. Y'all gave us, you came over there with stuff for us,
Right.
and
But
that memory stuck with me.
right. But I guess you know what? I know I came with stuff, but sometimes I think I could have did more.
I can understand that.
I think I could have did. I mean, not just being there, giving stuff, but just being there, like emotionally for her, supportive. Not that I wasn't supportive, but you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we get so wrapped up in relationships and stuff,
Yeah.
and we really don't realize what's more important, So that part, yeah,
Yeah, that we definitely can get wrapped up in of ourselves, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say forget the people that we love or that surround us, but they kind of don't. They're not at the forefront
Right,
of the
right,
mind
right.
all the time, and that's just, I would say, an unfortunate, inevitable thing that
True.
comes with
This is
life.
true. Yes.
Once we realize that, we can try to correct it when we can, but in those instances of places where, in this case, you lose someone and you feel like you can't correct that, I always try to, for myself, be like, well, those people still love you,
Yeah.
and I've told you this off camera, and I tell you again, like, I truly feel, my mom is forever grateful for you, because of the mantle that you did take to make sure that Jarell and I were taken care of, even though grandma and granddaddy were raising us, and then even after, when we had to move with you, you still made sure you were there, and I know she sees that, and my baby sees that and knows that.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you all the time, I truly feel like my mom left some of herself in you, unknowingly, because she knew
Right.
God knew this little boy was gonna come along that needed that,
Yeah.
and you are everything for him,
That's my favorite human
everything
being. It
to
is.
him,
That's my
and
favorite. Besides the Asian.
the
She's
first grandbaby.
right. She's a favorite. My favorite female. He's my favorite
but I but I know for sure that I feel in my heart of hearts that she's super grateful for that, and I know I am. I really really am because from an early age, grandma taught me nobody has to do anything for you, even if it's your family.
True.
Even if it's your family.
True.
That's why, even with her, I would always say like we're so grateful and fortunate because she didn't have to take me and Jarell in after our mom passed away.
True.
We could have went into the system.
Oh, you weren't doing that.
But
No,
I'm just saying
right, I
it
know.
happens.
Right,
It
right.
happens, you know.
No, you weren't
Um,
doing that. Because believe it or not, after your mom passed, I told mom, I said, if you're not able to take him, I will. She said, no, she wanted you because I was gonna take you, So, but she wanted to do that, which I can understand why, and they did a hell of a job.
yeah,
Yes, they did.
yeah. But I would want to just let you know that don't feel bad. Like, please don't.
Yeah.
You have overly and exceeded all the expectations of an auntie.
Well, thank you.
You know,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
and I I know a lot of what you do is because of the love of your sister and her not being here anymore. And you feel like I have, I appreciate that because you don't have to feel that way. But I truly, truly appreciate that. And I know she does.
Well,
I know she does. Do you remember where you were? Like when you found out she passed away?
Yeah, at home on vacation.
Really?
I was on vacation, yes. I was on vacation and one of her friends called me and it was like, your sister was taken to the hospital, you know. I don't know if they said she was unresponsive. I don't remember that unresponsive. I don't remember that word, but I do remember she was taken to the hospital. How soon can you get here? I was flying down Lakeshore Drive like it wasn't nothing. I was like, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when you get there, you kind of know.
Yeah.
Because, you read the room, I'm like, oh, crap.
I think even at a young age for myself and for Jarell, I was only 4, he was only 8. Just that whole morning, how Jarell think he worked first, but I actually woke up 1st, and I see she wasn't up, so I just tried to lay back down because I slept with her on the couch because I was scared to sleep in my room. And she didn't have a bed in her room, so she was sleeping on the couch. I slept with her. So I thought she was still asleep, so I just lay back down. Jarell came out his room, and he tried to wake her up, and she wouldn't, to the point where he slapped her. She still did. We was like, okay, something's wrong. But I feel like even then, like you say, when you walked into the hospital, like you knew.
Right.
I feel like as young as we were, we knew.
Right.
Like we,
especially if he slapped her.
Yeah, like okay, like she gonna get up.
Right.
But no, we knew, and that day just so. The day is so clear in my mind. So I swear to you, it's like I can touch it. I can see the colors of our floors. Those wood floors that aren't shine, but they're kind of rickety.
Right, right.
The couch, when the firefighters and the paramedics came in, she had on a shirt and her underwear. And this is little me in my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, they see her in her underwear.
Right, right.
I'm saying all this stuff to myself because I'm not talking.
Right, right.
I stopped talking for a while too.
Yeah, you did. You did stop talking.
But we knew,
Something.
Yeah, I really feel like we knew she was not coming back. Like we just knew, like she was gone.
Right.
And I honestly think that's part of the reason why I just stopped talking for a little while
Mm-hmm.
because I think I was in shock, but I didn't know how to express I was
Right,
in shock.
exactly.
Um,
You're four, so
right.
what's wrong, LaCresia? I'm in shock. So yeah, yeah.
um, but yeah, that day is just a day that I can literally close my eyes and see so clearly.
Wow, that's
I
something
mean, I
else.
can see it so clearly, the whole sequence
See,
of the day. The night before, I can see that we painted stained glass little art project
wow.
thingies. Um, and then we went to bed after that. And we wake up and once they had came and got her, we went downstairs to the landlord's apartment and the landlord's son's girlfriend was there with their children, with their two babies.
Right.
Um, and we just waited. We waited. So many people tried to come get us from her job. So many people from Luther, not Luther Social
You
Service,
mean
from
yeah,
what's the name of the place? Child.
over on Ogden in Springfield, London Christian Health.
Yes, Lawndale Christian Health.
Um,
So like if I think it was like 2 3 people came, and the girlfriend was like, their grandparents said, don't let nobody take them till they come. It's like they're not supposed to go with nobody. Because people started finding out. And they
right,
knew, we lived right down, we didn't live far from there.
right.
Um, and they were just trying to come get us. And they were like, nope. And just watching that, like, I can just, it's so funny. I'm telling you, I vividly see it. I see them walking up. That we, in the room where, we're in a bedroom where you can see out the window at the front door, see somebody coming.
Right.
And I'm just looking like, they keep coming. And I think then that really solidified, like,
Right.
for us, like, yeah,
Like, why they come and get us? Why?
yeah, yeah. And once grandma and granddaddy came and got us, we went to the hospital. I don't remember vividly much of the hospital. It was just so white because they were doing construction. That so it was just a feeling of like, yeah, she's not coming back. She's not coming back.
Yeah, I think, and that was the first that broke me up from being scared of the dead. It did,
Mm,
because growing up, we went to so many freaking funerals all the
yeah.
time. There's always somebody dying at church or outside of church, and every time I used to hear about somebody die, I go to sleep because I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
But once they called, me and Janine were in the room. First thing I said, "Please, you down with your hair looking like this?" It's like, girl, why? Not why you did, but why is your
like,
hair?
why you down with your hair like that?
Girl, what the people gonna say? So me being goofy, I'm trying to close her mouth, because when people first die, the mouth is.
Yeah.
I'm closing the mouth, opening it back up, closing the mouth. I guess she said, "This chick don't get off of me."
Wow.
So I guess that's how we kind of dealt with it. And I was mad at her also because we always said we was gonna grow together.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Janine, and Alyce, we're supposed to grow together. We were supposed to just be in our rocking chairs and take trips and stuff. And she like, shh, girl, I ain't doing that. Goodbye. So, and then I remember, the funeral home. They came. I remember Janine and I went to go pick out the casket because we wanted to do that. We didn't go through the funeral home get the casket. We had to go pick out a casket. So so we did that. And I remember your father coming over. And I was so pissed at him. I was just so pissed. It was like, why weren't you there?
Yeah.
Why weren't you there? Why weren't you there?
Yeah.
I had to get over that too. So anyway, but I have never seen so many people at one funeral before in my life. Personally, now you see funerals on TV, but this one, church was small, but it was
a lot of people.
It was so many people
there. It was a lot of people.
Her funeral was on January 2nd. 1994, because we didn't want to wait.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
it was. She died 3 days after Christmas. We had it
Yeah, we wanted a few black families, and we'll be thinking all day.
We had it one day after New Year's. Who does that?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what we did. It was it still seems like it's not real sometimes. You think about it. It's like, girl,
for sure.
What the heck?
That's funny you said it, because that was coming to my next question for you. Like, how do you feel like it's changed you? Like, how do you feel like you've coped with that and dealt with it, or have you dealt with it throughout all these years?
I don't think I really dealt with it. I coped with it. It's just like we do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Do I like it? No, I don't. I don't, because she missed so much of you all.
Yeah.
Girl, life.
I think I missed her. I miss her more so now that I'm older, especially because I'm a mom now too. It's just, it's
why?
Yeah.
Could have been any other way. Why? Did she have an inhaler? I mean, I know.
I didn't even know she had asthma.
I know they said
I didn't even know she had asthma.
Yeah.
I never seen her with an inhaler or nothing.
That's the thing. But I think your mama wanted to go. She did. She did.
That has what I've always thought.
She did.
My whole
because she remember she was telling me, I'm gonna give you my kids.
Really?
She did. She told me, I'm gonna give you my kids. At least don't you leave me with them kids. She did. Yes.
And I think I remember Grandma saying that.
Yes.
I remember Grandma saying, I told your mama not to leave.
And she said, I'm going to show you, but I can tell you. Okay.
With these kids.
And what she did, she did. It's like,
I don't know. For me, I don't want to categorize myself as a weirdo or anything, but even at a young age, I've always felt that way. I really felt like life was a lot. Yeah. And I never feel like she didn't love us.
Right.
Or she wanted to be there for us. But I just feel like life was a lot, and she wasn't able to do what she wanted to do for us. And I get that.
Exactly. And I think also, growing up, we didn't tell nobody go see a psychiatrist or go talk to somebody. That's just them being them. But it's like we it's so many marks we missed growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, just
mental health was not focused on
black community in general.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so many marks we missed. It's targets we missed. But I would just say ignorance, because we didn't know any better. Mm-hmm. Have somebody talk to somebody. Why is she feeling like that? Is it just why?
Because being one of those kids that was very in tune with their parents, especially their mom. I was a mama's girl. I wanted to be my mom all the time. I paid attention to her a lot, and sometimes I just never understood why she's so sad. Like, I knew my mom was sad at 4 years old. Right. I knew my mama was sad, but I did very much so know she loved us, and she wanted to do what she can for us. Like, one of my best memories that I have of her. I only have 4 years with her, but my best memories. She picked me up early from school, and I went with her and her coworker to the park. I forgot what park that is out west, because since we lived out west, I think Doug's Park. Okay. And we went and fed the ducks. Oh,
the best thing in your life. See,
the best thing in my life. So every time I take Pootie to the park and we see the ducks, I think about that. And even though I don't have her, I'm still grateful that I have that memory, and I had that. And with grief, sometimes you can't focus on the light and the positive moments that you have had, because the hurt is so big. The hurt is so
strong,
big, but you really, really, really have to kind of train yourself to look at the positive and light moments that you've had with those people to kind of help heal the grief and fill the holes of the grief, that because grief causes a lot of holes in a person. But I'm just grateful I had her. I definitely wish that I had more time with her.
Absolutely.
I really, really do. When I'm having a day with that boy, I'll be like, Mama, help me. Like, how did you do it? Right. What did you do? Because she was the only one that had a boy. Yeah. Forrest was a different type of boy. Forrest was a different type of boy, yeah. But I see so much of Jarell in Jarell.
Right.
And I'm just like, wow, how did she manage? She managed him for 4 years before I came along. Right. Just him and her, 4 years. I'm like, girl, how did you do it? Like, I wish you were here to help me, but I always just pray that she visits him in his dreams. She's been in my dreams a long time, but I pray that she visits him and he knows his grandma. Yeah. Like when he sees her, I'm like, who's that? He's like, grandma. Isn't that right? Warms my little heart. And I definitely, like I said earlier, I really feel like some of her is in you, because he just, from the beginning, it wasn't even like forced. Like he just saw you and just was like,
this is it.
Yeah. Yes. Like, this is the one.
Yes.
So for that, I'm super grateful. Miss her so much. I feel like there's so many parts of her that I was never able to explore and get to know. And some days it does makes me very, very sad. But I think about it like,
that is so amazing, because she acts just like your mama.
Really?
I swear, it's like you grew up with her longer than you had. You know
really?
Your mannerism, the way you talk to Jarell, that's Alyce talking to your brother. That's just Jarell.
Because he be needing it like that.
Right. It's amazing. Yeah, you didn't have that much time, but it's so much of her in you. It's so.
I'm happy to hear that, because sometimes I just like, I don't know her. I get sad some days. I be like, everyone in the family got to know her and I didn't.
Right.
You all had so much time with her. Exactly. And I only had my little 4 years. And I'm just like, I never knew you.
Right.
Like, I never knew you how I want to know you now. You know, I knew you as my mom.
Right.
You still the best mom to me ever. I don't care, but that's still my girl.
Right.
But I wish I knew her in her 30s. I wish I knew how she was as a new mom.
Right.
And she was be the only person to be able to tell me this, and she's not here. Mm-hmm. So it's, over the years, it's taken me a while to kind of come to terms with that, but still allow myself to feel that hurt.
Yeah.
And acknowledge it.
Right.
Because it's not easy. It's not easy. I know everyone's parental situation is different, especially with moms. But if you got a good mama, if you really have a good mom, even if she call you too much, want to know what you're doing, don't take her for granted, because
share your location.
Yes, share your location with your mom.
I know. I told you, the pastor recently asked, like, why y'all doing all that? And I should have gave him the answer. You say, because it's not that many of us.
Okay.
It's not.
And the world we live in.
That part.
Anything happens every single day.
Yes.
We need to know each other at.
Right. It's not that we're gonna make a T-shirt. It's not that many of us. I'm telling you. Yes. That's the truth.
Do you have any last little sentiments?
Last little sentiments. All I can say is, my last sentiments is, take time with your family. Don't take anyone for granted. If you love somebody, tell me you love them. Tomorrow ain't promised. Any grudges anybody have with their family members, get over it. We'll talk about it. Yeah. I know sometimes it's easier said than done. Say get over it, but life is too short. Life is short. Yeah. Life is short. Don't take it for granted. Don't. Don't take it. Don't take it for granted that they're gonna be here tomorrow. Don't take it for granted they're gonna be here tonight.
Very true.
Regardless, young or old, things
Very true.
happen. Yes.
Very true.
So that's my take upon it.
Well, once again, I'd like to thank you for
Girl, it's a rough.
joining me on
It
my
was rough,
first
but yeah,
ever
yeah.
episode.
Yay.
Um,
It was it was a doozy.
yes, I am very grateful for you. Um, and I hope that this conversation has helped someone else who has possibly lost a sister or a mother and is going through it at the moment. Just please do know you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't force yourself to get over it so quickly because it's nothing you ever get over. It's something that you just learn to live with.
Yes.
But also, don't let yourself sink so down into the grief and into the dark because always remember that those people that you lost, they want you to live. They want you to live, although they are no longer here.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us on Going, Growing, and Healing Through Grief, and we will see you all on the next episode.
Bye bye.